Happy New Year, everybody. I am actually sitting inside my church's fellowship hall right now. I'm waiting on the pastor and his wife. I'm going to be taking over the social media. Super excited about that. I was thinking long and hard about what I want my 2026 word to be. And my word of the year, I have decided, is going to be peace. I felt like it would be fitting for my first YouTube video of the new year to be about peace and setting boundaries, because when you set boundaries, along with that comes peace. So if you're like me and you struggle with speaking up for yourself, you're taken advantage of often, definitely watch this video. I think it will be helpful. I think many of us are taught that being loving means being available, and that saying yes is godly, or that setting boundaries is selfish. So today I want to talk about why boundaries are not only healthy, but necessary. Also, how to set boundaries in a godly Christian-like way without guilt or fear. First, I think it's really important that we understand what boundaries are. Boundaries aren't punishment. Boundaries are not control.
Boundaries are about stewardship. They protect your heart, they protect your time, they protect your emotional health, and they protect your ability to serve God well. What I have found super helpful when setting boundaries is to remind myself that setting boundaries allows me to show up in relationships with love as opposed to with resentment. And it's really important as Christians to remember that even Jesus set boundaries. Jesus often withdrew from crowds. He rested. He didn't heal everybody. He didn't meet every demand. And he said no even to good things. So if Jesus, who we know loved perfectly, set boundaries, then we know that setting boundaries is not unloving. Without boundaries, burnout happens. Resentment grows, relationships become unhealthy, and you begin serving people instead of serving God. And scripture reminds us that we cannot pour endlessly from an empty vessel. Boy, I'm setting a boundary. Get out. When you set a boundary, you change a dynamic. And not everybody will benefit from that change. Some people are comfortable when you overextend or over-explain or carry an emotional weight that isn't yours to carry. So when you say, I can't do that anymore, they may respond with anger, resentment, manipulation. But let me just emphasize, that reaction is not proof that your boundary is wrong. In fact, it's the opposite. That proves that that boundary was necessary. For me, I have found it important to remember that I can still love people deeply, but still limit access. And you can still be kind and Christ-like without being available to everyone. And I'm going to end with this, and I want you to listen, write this down, whatever you need to do. The people who are meant to walk with you, they'll adjust, not attack. So if this message resonated with you, just know you're not alone, you're not unloving, you're not cruel, you're not selfish, you are wise. I'll be working on a part 2, possibly even a part 3 here soon. If you have any questions that you want me to answer in one of the future videos, just comment below. And I'm in no way, shape, or form a trained therapist, psychologist, any of those things. I am just a mom, a woman, almost 40, who has walked through life and have learned a lot of valuable lessons along the way. So I hope that y'all found this helpful, and thank you so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, and share.